Hello, very good morning dear children. Yes, so we are here to learn about the practical in 11th class, and we are about to start with the aim to determine the thickness of a given lamina and a diameter of a wire. Yes, so here it is very important term to understood how we are able to calculate this thickness of a given lamina, and what is that? We are going to see it clearly with the object, and we are going to calculate diameter of the wire. Yes, so dear children, we require here the apparatus such as screw gauge, because we are doing it with the help of screw gauge, and of course a wire and related to the lamina, because we are going to use object but with the help of screw gauge. Okay, and let me introduce you with the some theory portion so that you are able to understand why we are going to use screw gauge here. Okay, so screw gauge is an instrument which is used to measure the diameter or thickness of a very small object. Yes, because its least count means a smallest division is so that we are able to calculate this. Okay, it actually based on the principle of micrometer screw, where we are actually going to calculate the diameter in the range of 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Okay, and it works on the principle of as you are rotating the screw, it will cover the distance between the two successive threads. Okay, so I have understood along with the principle. Now we are going to see the diagram clearly with respect to understand how it works. Let's see. So here is the actual diagram of this diameter. Yes, so you can see the frame here, which is in U shape, right? And it has two ends attached to this frame named as stud. Okay, and this stud is providing us a fixed stud so that it will help us to get the accurate reading. Now, this another end also named as screw is actually attached to the cylindrical hub. This cylindrical hub consists of specially two scales. Yes, you should know these two scales. The one is pitch scale, which is also called as linear scale, and specially main scale reading, because it is given with the unit as mm. Okay, the another attached scale is circular scale. You can see here, which is connected with the thimble. This thimble is providing you the rotation of this screw. As you are going to rotate this thimble, the screw, you can see it is moving back and forth, and this is how we are going to take our readings with the help of main scale reading, which is linear scale also, and with the help of circular scale, right? And at the end you can see here a ratchet. Yes, it is working similarly as it works in any mechanical instrument. It will provide us a consistent pressure, whether I am going to use it or you are going to use it or any heavy person, the pressure will be balanced there and our readings will not change according to the pressure we are going to apply here. And this is a very important term to understood with the help of this screw gauge. So yes, now you have seen how the screw gauge having its different parts, and it provides us the reading of any small object, right? So even we are going to relate it with some formulae without which we are not going to perform it. A very important formula here is called as pitch. Let distance, and the principle is in one rotation it will completely move with the distance between two successive threads in between that screw gauge. Okay, and it can be understood clearly as you will gauge your pitch. The second definition we are going to learn here is least count. Yes, in 11th class you have understood what is least count. Least count is the measurement of the precision of any instrument, right? And this is the ratio of pitch of the screw gauge to the total number of divisions on circular scale division. Yes, so this is the very important formula called as least count of the screw gauge. So whenever you are going to use either this screw gauge or speedometer or vernier caliper, you have to first calculate its least count and then you are going to perform your practical. Okay. So dear children, next to that, our observation table is to be introduced. This observation table is very important. We are going to use here the main scale reading as I have shown you there with the help of reference line, which is called as linear reading. Okay, so this is nothing but your main scale reading. Next to that, circular scale reading. This circular scale reading is not directly we are going to find from screw gauge. We are going to calculate circular scale division. There are only the divisions on the circular scale. But once you get your circular scale division, you have to multiply it with the least count and then only you are going to get circular scale reading. And with the help of this 2, now we are able to calculate total reading. Total reading is actually the sum of this main scale reading and circular scale reading. Yes, so we are about to take 3 to 4 readings so that we can reduce our random errors. And of course you have gone through the first chapter. If not so, then you are about to learn what are errors, what is random error, and if there is any error, so increasing the number of observations, we are going to reduce it. For simplicity, I have written here 3 and we are going to see how to calculate this reading. Okay, so that's how I have kept it blank and we are going to do it after this. So let's study here how to take the reading with the help of screw gauge. So the line is called as reference line, or we have seen it earlier as a pitch scale, right? I have shown you this diagram earlier. We know this is called as linear scale or pitch scale or main scale, and that is the reference line, also sometimes called as axial line, right? And another one you can see here, it is your circular scale division. Yes, before a minute I told you this is only a division and you are going to multiply it with least count, then we are going to get our circular scale reading, right? As we have seen here, this is on the cylindrical part. With the help of rotation of the thimble, you are about to rotate your circular scale. Now see dear children, this reference line of the 0 should meet with the division and we are about to calculate that division as a circular scale division, right? How you are going to calculate? Let's do with me. The 0 is coinciding with what? You are going to calculate it from 35. See, the 35, 36, 37 and your line is reference line is coinciding with the circular scale 38, right? This is about your circular scale division, which is in number 38. And now the main scale, as the cavity is open, right? Two ends are open, therefore you can clearly see how many lines are there. You are going to calculate it and you will get your main scale with the help of this open block. As you are going to rotate it with the thimble, you will get your reading, so right? So here in this main scale, we are begin with the reference line 0. Then in upward you can see 2 lines are there, right? So 1 and 2. 2 millimeter is your main scale reading. But again you are going to visible there with the downward lines, means they are providing you with the points, right? Means 2.5 mm is clearly visible to us in main scale reading, and right now I have told you 38 is a circular scale division. So you are going to multiply your circular scale division with the least count as we have seen here with this observation table, and then you are going to get your circular scale reading and you are going to add it with the main scale reading, so you will able to get your total reading. Now dear children, an important term to be understood which is called as zero error. If, what does it mean? If the line, reference line is meeting exactly, coincide exactly with the circular scale 0, means there is no error, zero error in that instrument, in that object. But there are two types of error. One is called as positive error and the another is negative zero error. So what happens when your zero of circular scale moves ahead, means it is forward direction and not meeting exactly with the reference 0, and therefore you are going to get here positive zero error. It is simply the number you are going to count how many times or how many divisions it is moved ahead and multiply with the least count. So you are provided here with the positive zero error. Yes, you have to keep in mind always this zero error is also multiplied with the least count, then only you will get a correct reading. Next there is negative zero error. You can see your zero, both the zeros are at different position, but this time this zero of the circular scale left behind. It is left behind the zero and therefore we are considered it as a negative zero error. So then only we are going to get our corrected reading, mean corrected reading as the reading of the diameter, mean diameter plus your zero error. Okay, so here we understood how to calculate the readings with the help of screw gauge. So dear children, let's see here the real objects. This is our screw gauge. You can see here the reading of mm, right? And it also consists of your pitch scale, that is linear scale, and this is your circular scale. Okay, with the help of thimble we are going to move it, and this is our ratchet which is in black color. It is very important part of the screw gauge. Next, the thickness with which we are going to measure, this is your lamina. Okay, so this is a given lamina. We are going to calculate the thickness of this given lamina, and this is a wire whose diameter we are going to calculate right now with the help of this screw gauge. Okay, so you can see dear children here the two jaws of this screw gauge are meeting to each other, and the zeros of main scale reading as well as circular scale reading are meeting to each other, means in our instrument there is no error, which is called as zero error, is nil. Okay, now see dear children, I have kept an object like wire, provided wire in a lab, and this is fixed into studs, like, and this is about to give us a reading like, yes, I hope you are getting this. Yes, you can see here after 0 there is only one line is visible, and this open end of the cylinder gives us a main scale reading, right? After 0 there is a one line, and our screw gauge is of millimeter, right? So therefore it is 1 millimeter is a main scale reading, And now you focus on the circular scale. There is a line which is after 0. You are going to calculate it a 6, which is meeting to the reference line, axial line. I hope you are remembering the thing which we have understood, that this reference line should meet the division exactly, and you are going to calculate it as your circular scale division. Next to that, we are going to multiply it with least count, and you are able to get your circular scale reading. Yes? So I hope you have cleared with this reading of the wire. How we have calculate main scale here? The main scale is 1 mm. Yes? Should I write it on the table? You are going to calculate it 3 times. So first reading is our 1 mm. Right? Circular scale division is 6. Multiply it with the least count. Yes. So what the least count is there? What is our least count? We are going to calculate our least count with the help of this formula. Pitch upon total number of divisions on the circular scale. So let's see here first. What is pitch? I have told you the definition. We are going to see it here. Again with the help of this screw gauge. Okay. So I am going to rotate it as this line is fixed with the axial line. So rotate one complete rotation, as first 10 was there. I have introduced with the 10 again. Means in one rotation it covers a 1 mm distance. In second rotation again we are going to meet with the 10. So 2 lines are there in 2 rotations, and simply as you are going to continue next time again, if I am going to find the 10 here, means 3 complete rotations and 3 lines are there. Means now you are going to get your pitch as 3 mm is the distance moved by this particular screw, and it should be divided with respect to the number of rotations. 3 means the pitch will be 1, right? The 3 will be cancelled out, and therefore your pitch will be 1 mm. Okay, so after this substitute it in the formula of least count, and we are able to get our least count as 1 mm divided by total number of divisions on circular scale, and they are 100 on our screw gauge. Means it is equivalent to 0.01 mm of the least count, right? So it is in mm. When you are going to convert it centimeter, it becomes 0.001 centimeter, and this least count is very small as compared to vernier scale. So therefore this 6 is going to multiply with this 0.01, and thereby your final reading is 1 plus 0.06, and therefore total reading will be 1.06 millimeter. The reading should be in proper units. Okay, so therefore you will get the correct reading of this wire or the thickness of this lamina. So dear children, for simplification of this video, I have taken all the readings. I hope you understood how to take this. We have taken 3 readings here. You can see the main scale reading is 1 meter in first place. Circular scale reading we got here 0.06, and the sum is 1.06. In second reading it is again main scale reading 1 mm, but this time we got 5 as a circular scale division, multiply with the least count, and second reading is 1.05 mm, and third one is again 1.06 mm. Okay, you have to do it by yourself and take at least 5 to 6 readings. Okay, so avoid the random error. Now next you have to pay attention to the mean diameter. You have to take the mean of all the readings. As I have here 3 readings, so therefore the mean diameter of this wire is added with D1 plus D2 plus D3 divided by the total number of readings, that is 3. So D1 is 1.06 mm plus 1.05 mm plus 1.06 mm and divided by the total number of observation 3. It is equivalent to 1.055 mm, means rounded off to 1.06 millimeter. Yes, so this is the mean diameter of the wire. Now I have also told you about the mean corrected reading. So this corrected reading means zero error should be introduced there. As I had already shown you our instrument, and in our screw gauge there is no zero error. Therefore, this mean diameter 1.06 mm is added with zero error like 0, and final result is 1.06 millimeter. So, the diameter of the given wire with the help of screw gauge is found to be 1.06 millimeter. This is your final result. Yes? So, again another heading I have given here in a slash, that thickness of a lamina. So you are going to use the same observation table for the thickness of lamina. Again the serial number you are going to raise it with 5 to 6 readings. Main scale reading will be there, CSR will be there, and TR will be there. Okay. So I will just show you how to fix it, else you have got an idea, of course, that you are going to calculate it. Okay, so this how you are going to fix your lamina, and this will be your main scale reading, this will be your circular scale reading, and you are going to multiply this circular scale division with list count, then only it will be circular scale reading. Okay, and again you are going to get mean thickness of the lamina, and reading will be with the unit millimeter. Okay, you have to make sure it is in millimeter, and again add with the corrected reading, so you will get the thickness of this lamina. So dear children, we are here to learn about the observation table. We understood the result for wire, but you are going to make a separate table for the thickness of the lamina. In two different observation tables, you are going to take the readings of these two different aims. The one is to find the diameter of the wire, the another is to find the thickness of the lamina. Okay, so here we have done with the practical. Now let's see some precaution to be taken. Yes. So the preventive measures are to be taken in this practical are important to understand, so that you can avoid your errors, right? If the source of errors are known, then only you are able to remove it. So first you have to pay attention to the zero error. As soon as you are going to calculate least count, you have to firstly calculate the zero error, and if there any error, as in our instrument there is zero error, so we have not worried about it. But if there is any error, either positive or negative, accordingly with the help of addition of the errors, you are going to avoid this zero error. Next, you have to pay attention to the rotation of this screw gauge. You have to rotate it only with the help of this ratchet. Okay, and this ratchet will provide us a particular rotation, because the pressure will be consistent with the help of this, right? So therefore you have to make the use of ratchet by moving this, and thereby you can avoid the error which will be introduced here. And else, if the error is due to the manufacturing of the instrument or any other random error, it should be simply avoided with the help of increasing number of readings. As you are going to increase your number of readings, you are avoid any kind of error if there. And parallax error, which is known to us very well, that should be avoided, because you have to take the reading exactly in a perpendicular direction with your eyes. So you will get to remove that parallax error too. So here we have understood